So guys, yesterday was 4th of July. We saw some deviations on Thursday moving into Friday, but right now, Ethereum is starting to look like it is setting up support for a launch pad. It is also looking like Bitcoin is going to be hitting that 114,000 zone, and from there, we're going to be letting us know exactly if we're going to be ripping up or deviating once we reach that new close to all-time high. Right now, there's different perspectives around altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but a lot of people are super bullish based off of where we're going. I want to walk you guys through exactly the key levels we're seeing, different perspectives from analysts and traders, and the price action we're currently seeing for altcoins and the rest of the markets. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and exactly what you need to be aware of so that you can make the right decisions. Guys, I was expecting deviations on Thursday moving into Friday with the 4th of July. I made a video on how I was done with crypto because I told everyone it was going to happen, and I'm sure everyone was just feeling super bullish, and then they saw deviations. But right now, we're actually starting to set up for something big. But even then, once Bitcoin reaches new all-time highs, that's really going to let us know if we're going to break through or if we're going to start deviating. So with all that being said, guys, let's go and jump straight into the charts. So guys, like how I said, on Thursday moving into Friday with the 4th of July, which was yesterday, we saw some deviations happen, but after that we did see a little bit of recovery, just pointing to the fact that, you know, a lot of people that were liquidating, there was a lot more longs than shorts, and right now the sentiment is, you know, bullish much more than bearish. Ethereum also, guys, reclaimed that 2500 region. Right now we're testing this zone, but we talked about this with Merlin, the trader. Now pretty much it looks like how Ethereum just turned support into a launch pad, which we're going to be jumping into. But right now Ethereum is on the verge of either ripping up or crashing. We need to see exactly how the markets are going to be opening up and how investors feel with a lot of different things. Now total 3E, pretty much excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few others, guys, with the altcoin market, you can see that we are seeing sideways price action. Is this going to be the huge jump in turn of the, you know, trajectory of the altcoin market, and are we going to go ahead and flip Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, guys, is sitting at around 65%. Whenever Bitcoin dominance peaks out, this is whenever we actually see the liquidity pour back into altcoins, which is what initiates an altcoin season. So right now, everyone's wondering if this is already the peak for Bitcoin dominance, or if we're going to keep on riding up. I think we're going to keep riding this chart up. I really believe we're going to hit that 68-70% zone before altcoins actually get the liquidity that they need. USDT dominance, guys, for stable coins, pointing to the fact that right now everyone is, you know, slowly reallocating to Bitcoin, altcoins, others, and you can see that right now the US stable chart is getting a little bit of deviations, pointing to the fact that sentiment is moving back out of stable coins, which is bullish. If we look at the price action around Ethereum, you can see that we did see those deviations, but now we saw that recovery and the specific imbalance zone. Merlin, the trader, talks about it. He says Ethereum just turned support into a launch pad. Every dip held, every bearish call got wrecked. This is the disbelief phase, the moment before momentum erupts. 4,000 is just the beginning. So this is the sentiment around Ethereum and exactly how, you know, we believe that we're going to be seeing a crazy rip up from this zone, but it's only, you know, a matter of time before we truly understand if we are going to be seeing this. Now, if we see Dr. Profit's perspective around Bitcoin, this is kind of my perspective on how I feel around the markets. He says Bitcoin remains fully bullish with our targets of 120,000 to 130,000 unchanged. He says, as mentioned in his Sunday report, the first key level is 114,000. That's getting back to those all-time highs, guys, where resistance is currently sitting. Once that target is reached, we'll see whether Bitcoin pushes towards the 120K region and flips that resistance into support, or if we're going to retrace sharply to fill the CME gap around 93,000. Now, this is very, very important to understand, because once we hit that zone, just depending on buyer sentiment, if people think this is a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event, we're going to see massive deviations once we hit that zone. But it could also have a, you know, flip of the coin turn of events where it actually does the opposite. We hit that zone and we break straight through it. At the end of the day, we won't know, guys, until we actually reach these specific zones. So keep your eyes on that. And on this channel, I'm going to let you know exactly if deviations are anticipated or if we're going to be breaking through based off of how the markets open up on Monday. Now, if we see what's going on with altcoins, Crypto Mitch now talks about it exactly. No wonder there's literally zero interest in altcoins. And I talked about this multiple times on my channel, guys. It's because Bitcoin dominance has been rallying for the past 2 years, 3 years. And as a result, altcoins have been getting squeezed. He says the past 5 months, Bitcoin has significantly been holding up stronger than most of altcoins. However, there's an end to everything, which is true. He says Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin is the next phase towards altcoin momentum. So guys, we're waiting for Bitcoin dominance to actually crash down. I've been keeping you guys updated with these 4 charts, the Bitcoin chart, the Ethereum chart, the total 3 chart, to show you exactly how altcoins are performing, Bitcoin dominance to show you where liquidity is at, and exactly that turn of events. But Crypto Mitch now just kind of sums it up. He gets 197 likes on this, and my videos can't even get 50. But anyways, guys, we jump more into the altcoin market. You can see that even Benjamin Cohen is talking about the altcoin market and how we're hitting a specific zone. And if this is going to be the turn for altcoins, this is a great video. You should go watch it. Go follow Benjamin Cohen. He has some great information, been here for multiple cycles. You can see CryptoCon gave us the chart about the M2 money supply and the global chart, exactly, and how this looks for Bitcoin and, you know, dominance as well. And whenever altcoin season begins, this is really showing that a lot of money is about to be printed and a lot of money is about to pour into the market. I talked about this in a few other videos, so if you haven't watched my other videos, guys, go watch my other videos. I keep you guys updated with all this information on the day-to-day. So go check out those videos, like, comment, subscribe. I really need it. Now, Kobeshi letter, guys, there's not too many news events that have been happening this week ever since the 4th of July and everything that has been happening. But Trump signed his big, beautiful bill. This has a lot of different perspectives from Democrats, Republicans, just based off of how this is going to be affecting the economy, workers, a lot of different stuff, guys. So not too much news events. I'm actually going to have a full crypto market update tomorrow, letting you guys the news events that we're anticipating next week. So make sure you guys subscribe. Now, moving into the altcoin market, guys, you can see that altcoins are seeing green and seeing a little bit of red, teeter-tottering, trading sideways, because that is exactly what Ethereum is doing. Until Ethereum starts to make those new all-time highs rip up, and right now it's looking bullish because, you know, Merlin the Trader talked about how Ethereum just kind of, you know, switched support into a launch pad, but it's only a matter of time in order to see exactly if Ethereum is going to be breaking through. But as a result, guys, altcoins are trading sideways. Right now is one of the worst times to be selling your altcoins. The worst time to be selling your altcoins, guys. So please, please do not sell your altcoins. If anything, wait a few months and then from there decide if you want to make a rash decision. But swapping everything to the side, guys, that is currently what is taking place. We don't have too many news updates, more along the lines of price action, Ethereum reclaiming specific zones, turning support into potentially a launch pad. Price action on Bitcoin is still anticipated to get towards those new all-time highs around 114,000. And then from there, it's gonna let us know exactly if it's gonna break through into a new all-time high or if deviations are gonna happen and go to that CME gap, which is around 93,000, guys. If that happens, altcoins are going to be deviating, but this is all revolved around the global economic events, how investors feel in the markets, and multiple other different things. So this is where you got to have all these different perspectives, not just one. Guys, right now is a crazy time. There is a lot of movement in the markets, a lot of liquidity moving, a lot of printing in terms of, you know, economies and countries printing money. This is crazy times, and at the end of the day, if you aren't keeping up with all these news events, you're going to capitulate your bag. I just dropped a recent video talking about exactly why I'm done with crypto, and I'm not exactly done with crypto, but people are making me feel done with crypto because they don't keep up with all this information. If you're watching this video, you're keeping up with the information and you understand why liquidity is shifting and you understand what's anticipated, which is really great. But if you do not know what's going on and you do not keep up with this information, you're going to sell your bags and everything's going to rip up and you're going to go cry. So do not do that, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep you guys updated with all this information. I'm going to drop another video today if there's any major updates, as well as altcoins I'm really focused on and exactly where to be investing. Other than that, though, if you guys have any questions, suggestions, drop it down in the comments and I'll be sure to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.